Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cover the Spread for October 1st, 2025. Hey, if you're new to Cover the Spread, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here joining us on the Wednesday slate as we head on into these game number twos of the wild card round of the MLB. Hey, we got three on the board we're covering for you today. As we always do, we'll get the cappers, see how they're rolling along. But make sure you subscribe. Give us a thumbs up as well. Greatly appreciated. And as we say, flip on this notification bell. That way you get notified when this video drops and you can grab the best of the number with us. Let's head on over to the cappers. Well, head on over to Vegas. How are you doing here, buddy?
Pretty good. You got playoff baseball. Some unders so far to cash here with the playoffs. A lot of low-scoring baseball. That's as expected here in the playoffs. But, looking to break down here this Wednesday slate. Let's get into it.
Definitely can't complain. Hey, 1-0 to start the week. We hit the under with the Padres and the Cubs. So you tell me there with Monday. So, hey, good start to the week there. Looking to continue that rolling here into this one. And on over to Al. How are you doing here, buddy?
Yeah, good call there on the under. Yeah, a couple unders there to start the day. And, playoff baseball, wild card baseball. Here we are. We've seen the best pitchers facing off against each other. Now, game two, we got some pretty decent matchups. Will we see the same pitchers do what we saw in game one? We'll get to it in a second.
Exactly right. Without further ado, let's get right to it. Game number one. We will cover this one today. We're going to cover the Tigers and the Guardians. Ninos' game, he's going to get us going here in this one. Who do you like, Tigers or Guardians?
Yeah, hopefully you got your notification bells on for this one with the early start there in this one with the Guardians looking for their payback here at home, sending Tanner Bybee at the mound. They'll be facing off against Casey Mize here, getting the start for the Tigers. Now the Guardians covered the run line again despite that loss. They lost 2-1 in game one, so congrats on them for putting up a decent effort there. Unfortunately, the offense didn't really show up for Williams there, and not much run support. It was against Skubal. I think they get their offense going here against Mize, though, who hasn't been quite as sharp as Skubal. On the other side, you got Bybee. Well, both these starters, again, not exactly the best numbers against these lineups, but pretty average numbers here. Not that they're hitting them like crazy or anything, but Bybee coming in to this one in really great form. Sorry, got my notes mixed up there. But he has an ERA of 1.5 over his last couple starts, so a whip of 1.08. Over last month, his whip is 0.85, so he's really been dealing lately. That ERA is 2.12 over the last month. And I think he comes out, has another strong outing here against these Tigers, and gets more run support than Williams did in game one. So I'll take the Guardians on the money line here. We're laying a little bit of juice. There were dogs in that game one, but I think it's well worth it here at home. I think we're getting the better starter and the much hotter team still, despite that loss in game one. So Guardians money line for me here.
Heading on over to Vegas, Al. Who do you like here in this matchup?
So that first game went under. Real quick, I'm just thinking this game's actually going to go over. I'm seeing the total 6.5, 7. You got Mize on the mound here for the Tigers, 281 average against and 65 at bats versus this Cleveland Guardians lineup. Jose Ramirez batting 500 against Mize, 5 for 10 with 2 home runs. Jose Ramirez can at any will go for 3-4 hits in one single game here. And then you look at the Tigers lineup, they actually don't have bad numbers here against Bybee as well. Riley Green, Spencer Torkelson, Torres, Baez, Kerry Carpenter, all these guys bat over 250 versus Tanner Bybee. The thing about Tanner Bybee, though, is he's 11-0 this year against division opponents and also getting 5 runs per game as far as run support in those games. So that's why I see the offense from both sides. We'll take the over 6.5 in Tigers and Guardians.
Over here in this one, I'm going to take the Guardians in the first 5. Game one, hey, they were the dog in that one. So if you took the plus half, you would have got that cover for the Guardians in the first 5. But they're favored here in this one. So I'm going to just lay the money line. I think they have themselves a lead after 5. As Vegas Al alluded to, hey, look at the what he does against the division. Bybee 11-0 this season against the division. Also, Bybee in his home starts on Wednesday. He's been pretty good in his career, 9-0 here in Wednesday games. It's just also Bybee on the money line at home when the line's been even or up to -150. He's 20-4 in his career and averaging over 4 runs a game is Bybee's team. So, well, the opponent's only scoring about an average of 2 in those ones. So, yeah, give me the Guardians first 5 here in this game and number 2 here on Wednesday. That wraps up game number 1. Let's head on over to game number 2 we got for you. This is San Diego Padres taking on the Cubs. Cubs with the 1-0 lead. This is the game I love. I'll get us started here in this one. We look here. This is Imanaga getting the start here for the Cubs. Figured he was going to go in game number 1, but hey, they threw Boyd in there. Boyd got the job done with his numbers at home. Now it goes over to Imanaga here with a little bit more rest under his belt because we know Imanaga coming into this matchup, he wasn't the greatest coming into this matchup. Over the last month, in his 5 starts, he only had 2 quality starts, a little bit of an elevated ERA as well. But in his home starts this season, about 3 ERA. And also, for me here, you look at what Cease does on the road. Cease hasn't been good on the road at all. 1-9 with a 5.5 ERA here for the Padres. But I still like the under. I think he has himself a good start here. You look at in day games, his numbers actually less than that. He's scoring about a 3 ERA in day games. So I think just like we've seen in that game 1, it was a 3-1 game. I expect even a same type of low-scoring game, 1st to 3. We know that the Padres all year long have struggled to hit left-hand pitching. They're 37-13 to the under versus a left-handing pitching. And also 7-0 to the under here on Wednesdays. I expect the same type of low-scoring battle. We know both bullpens absolutely been lights out. I think we get a good start from Cease. I think we get a great start from Imanaga as well. Give me the under in this matchup again. Padres, Cubs. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Take the under. Head on over to Vegas L. What do you like here in this one? Padres or Cubs?
Well, I'm at least expecting a little bit of offense here from the Cubs. You know, they got that first game win, took a little pressure off of themselves. You know, this core here, Peter Crow Armstrong, Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki, Michael Busch as well had a great year. All of these bats here, I'm expecting a little bit of something here versus Cease. Cease has looked dominant versus the Cubs, actually. 111 batters faced, giving up a 194 batting average is not too bad for Dylan Cease. The problem, though, I get with backing Dylan Cease here is I just simply think, you know, he's not his self this year. 3.78 ERA is his career average, and this year he's got a 4.68 ERA, so almost a full run higher than what he's done throughout his career. I think he's definitely taken a step back, and then in this big-time situation here, you know, season on the line against this vaunted Cubs lineup, I don't know if he's going to be able to hold them to very little runs here. I'm going to take the over 3.5 on the team total for the Cubs. So, yes, over 3.5 runs for the Cubs.
Head on over to Ninos. What do you like here in this matchup?
Yeah, I'll look at, you mentioned Imanaga's recent struggles, and really that is unfortunate, I guess, for both our picks. But I think he can come out here against the team he's done pretty well against in the past, allowing just a 2.14 batting average against, just 12 hits and 56 at bats there against these Padres. And Dylan Cease, pretty good numbers against these Cubs as well. But again, I still think that when you look at the bigger picture here, that Imanaga is the better pitcher, and I think he can at least have himself a solid start, and I'll take them on the money line here in the first 5. The Cubs, I think they can get to Cease a little bit early, despite how well he's pitched against them in the past. And then again, just going first 5 because I still believe that, yes, the Padres do have the better bullpen. So I'll leave that one out of the equation for now, but I like the Cubs to get off to the better start.
Hey, that wraps up game number 2 on Wednesday's slate. Let's head on over to the third game we got for you, and it's the Red Sox taking on the Big Bad Yankees. Vegas Al's game. He's got to get us going here in this one. Who do you like?
All right, so we got Brian Bale on the mound here for the Red Sox, who this year versus the Yankees has looked pretty good, actually. 19 innings pitched, only four earned runs, a 1.89 ERA this year versus the Yankees, giving up only a 2.31 batting average. Then you look at Rodon, a 2.28 batting average against is not that bad. But the problem is he's struggled here with the walks. He's 10 walks in 15 innings this year versus the Red Sox, and then a 6 ERA. He's giving up walks, and then once people are getting on base, he's giving up base hits. And the Red Sox are having a success with runners in scoring position. I don't think that's going to happen here in this game, though. At the end of the day, I think the Yankees are at home. It's a big playoff spot. I do think the bats show up. Judge is, again, 2 for 21 versus Brian Bayo in his career. I'm expecting some sort of positive regression in that. Volpe, a lot of people like to hate on Anthony Volpe. 353 batting average, 6 for 17 versus Brian Bayo. Bellinger, Caballero, Jazz Chisholm, all batting over 350 versus Brian Bayo. I actually think they get to him. So basically some negative regression here on Bayo's numbers versus the Yankees. And I think the Yankees get this win here. And so we'll go ahead and take them there on the money line.
Heading on over to Ninos. What do you like here in this matchup?
Yeah, tempted to go back to the under in the first 5 here. These starters have pretty good numbers. I know he mentioned Rodon's recent imperfections, for lack of a better word there. But still pretty good numbers overall against these lineups, both starters. But again, off to a slow start on Tuesday. But again, 2 very respectable lineups here, and I just think I'll agree with the Yankees here, but just take them in the first 5 here. And again, I think Rodon's the better starter, and I like this Yankees lineup better than the Red Sox. Still give them the edge there in the bullpen to Boston, but I like the Yankees to get off that good start. And again, not saying that the Boston bullpen is going to save this game for them or anything, but I'll just go Yankees first 5 here.
And from here in this one, I'm going to go right back to the under. I took the under full game in game 1. I like it, but I also I like the first 5 here under as well. I think Bayo deals here for Boston. Look what he's been doing. It's just one of those spots. Him in away games, he's sporting the 3 ERA, and then in night games, he gets even better. So when you're playing at night, he gets those 3 meals into him. He pitches even better, 5-4 with a 2.76 ERA. He's had 13 night starts. 9 of them have been quality starts for Bayo. So I think he has a great start. And then Carlos Rodon, I like Rodon at home. We've seen what he does at home. His numbers 10-4, sub 3 ERA this season. And guess what? In night games, that number gets even better. 13-6 with a 2.5 ERA in night games is Carlos Rodon. If you look also, the Yankees 12-1 is a favorite versus the AL East to the under. I'm going to isolate the first 5. Low scoring 1. Pitchers duel. Give me the under first 5 here in game 2. Boston and the Yankees. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. That wraps up Wednesday's action. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Let us know in the comment section below what you think of the 3 games we covered here today. Quick little recap before we head on out. First game we looked at, we got the Tigers taking on the Guardians. Ninos' game, he says, grab the Guardians here in this matchup. Next game we looked at, we got the Padres taking on the Cubs. I like the under again. Pitchers duel, low-scoring battle. Winds blowing in Chicago. All I need to know, take the under in that matchup. And then the last one is slate Boston taking on the Yankees. Vegas Al's game. He says, grab the Yankees with Rodon on the bump. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you that tune into these videos daily. Make it a good one. And let's do what we always do, and that is cover the spread. Cover the spread.